Page 61, I guess. We read once each of these, the four thoughts that turn the mind, okay? Just reflect on this. This is the now, if you want to do this bodhicitta practice, so you know, first we said this opening prayers, you say this, and then you start from here, okay? Or this kind of leisure endowment is really difficult to obtain. When we obtain this body, which is easily lost, do not waste it meaninglessly, but rather use it to the ultimate liberation, joyous result. The nature of all phenomena is impermanence. Death is a certainty for all those who are born. Death can descend any time like a dewdrop on a blade of grass. Quick, it is time to make the effort for the essence of the Dharma. The fruit of one's positive karma is happiness. Suffering is the fruit of the negative karma. The inexorable karmic causation is the mode of abiding dharmas. Henceforth, practice distinguishing what is to be given and what is to be given up. In the three lower realms and even the three higher ones, there is not an instant of absolute happiness. I will avoid the root cause of my subsequent existence and practice the excellent path for being. Okay. Actually, we have this prayer, no? Then next, page 62, you will please read this 7 lamp prayer, just once, those each. Oh no, yes, once is okay. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offerings, confessions, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying, for the sake of all enlightenment of all sentient beings, all this I dedicate. May all mother sentient beings, boundless the sky, have happiness and causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness that's free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. We'll repeat this again, 2, 3. May all mother sentient beings, boundless the sky, have happiness and causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness that's free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, boundless the sky, have happiness and causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness that's free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment. Okay. And next, as we did yesterday, visualize Buddha Shakyamuni in the center in front of you and surrounded by all the Buddhas of the past, present, future, like medicine Buddha, Buddha Amitabha, Buddha Akchobya, Buddha Amoghasiddhi, all those that Buddhas, and all the great lineage masters like Nagarjuna, Asanga, and then of course Telopa, Narupa, Marpa, Milarepa, Kampupa, Napa, Mutupa, so forth, all the great teachers whatever you want to visualize, you establish in front of you, as well as surrounded by all the great bodhisattvas, like Chandrasekhar Tara, White Tara, Green Tara, Manjushri, Vajrapani, whatever you have, all those great bodhisattvas as a Sangha, you visualize in front of you. So in front of this, then we say this, practice this meditation together, okay? We repeat this, take the Buddha, take the refuge, and cultivate the bodhicitta, step by step, okay? Okay. First you relax your mind and your body, just be here. Past is past, gone. Now it's not here. This past is not with us. No, and the future is not with us, it's yet to come. So we just, this only 1 second, every second is passing through. So we meditate, we just, we set up our mind and body this way. With this mind, then we take refuge in Bodhisattva's vow. Okay. Until I attain the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma, and likewise in the assemblies of Bodhisattvas. As the previous Buddhas and progress on the Bodhisattva's path, I too, for the benefit of all sentient beings, give birth to bodhicitta and apply myself to accomplish the stage of the path. Until I attain the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma, and likewise in the assemblies of Bodhisattvas. As the previous Buddhas embraced the enlightened mind and progress on the Bodhisattva's path, I too, for the benefit of all sentient beings, give birth to bodhicitta and apply myself to accomplish the stage of the path. Until I attain the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma, and likewise in the assemblies of Bodhisattvas. As the previous Buddhas embraced the enlightened mind and progress on the Bodhisattva's path, I too, for the benefit of all sentient beings, give birth to bodhicitta and apply myself to accomplish the stage of the path. Okay, now that this way, as you know, we are fully now embraced taking refuge in the Buddha Dhamma Sangha. On the base of that, then we embrace the bodhicitta of the aspiration, then bodhicitta, the action that we have cultivated and taking the Bodhisattva's vow. Now with this, see, the visualization you have, all the great Bodhisattvas surrounded, dissolved into all the Buddhas and lineage masters. All the Buddhas of the past, present, future, they dissolve into all the great lineage master, root and lineage masters. All those great root and lineage masters dissolve into Buddha Shakyamuni in the center. Now you see, this Buddha Shakyamuni is my root teacher, my root guru, which is embodiment of all the Buddhas, embodiment of all the Buddha's excellent qualities, the wisdom, compassion. So this Buddha Shakyamuni is nothing but total, complete, the nature of the wisdom and compassion. And that Buddha is now melted into light. That light dissolved into you from the crown of your head. And you meditate all your physical, mental obscurations, negative karmas are fully purified. And your mind is united with the Buddha's mind. And then yourself dissolve into emptiness, unconfined vastness, the inners, the confined, spacious nature, which is uncontrived, unfabricated, or just nothing but the effulgence, the reality nature, the ultimate nature of yourself, which is a mission unfabricated, uncontrived, and without defile, totally free from all the defilements, mental affliction. You just rest your mind there without any expectation, looking anything, just simply relax there. Thank you. Now we'll repeat this, following the same, rejoicing for oneself. So, meditating ourselves, bodhicitta is well established within me. So now I become bodhisattva. I'm so appreciative. I'm so grateful about this opportunity. And this is what means precious human life, that I have received this. So you rejoice yourself. And then okay. Today my life has given fruit. This human life has been well assumed. Today I take my birth in the Buddha's line and have become the Buddha's child and heir. And then next, now since I have this bodhicitta, I establish in my mind, I will never give up this. If I give up this, it's like giving up my life, So this is the consummate path to free from samsara, to achieve enlightenment, to bring peace for myself, for all the sentient beings. Oh, this is what I have. So this now, this is like the wish-granting jewel. It's more than wish-granting jewel. Wish-granting jewel gives you all the good possibilities, but will never give you also opportunity to achieve Buddhahood. But the bodhicitta, not only giving all the peace and happiness in the world, but also for enlightenment. So I will never give up, I have to repeat this again and again. So first we say this. In every way, then I will undertake activities within such manner, and I will do not witness the high and faultless lineage. Then, having this bodhicitta, now I have the tool to help sentient beings. I took this bodhisattva's vow in front of all the Buddhas of the 3 times, great lineage masters, as well, great bodhisattvas, to benefit all sentient beings, to establish all sentient beings Buddhahood. Say, I'm here for you. You all should rejoice about this, okay? And so, today, within the sight of all protectors, I summon beings calling them to Buddhahood. Until that state is reached and everybody join. May gods and demigods and all the blessed rejoice. Okay. Now, it's not here. You know the Changjub Simjo Rinpoche. What's that? We must say that, at the dedication prayer section. Here, in this page 33, other one, which could have put inside here, but did not. In this third paragraph, bodhicitta, that one. First we chant that, it's only in English. We don't have this in Tibetan. We do have Tibetan back behind, but okay, we just say in English 3 times this.
It's on the left. It's on the left side.
Yeah, this bodhicitta, the 34 is Tibetan. Yes. Okay, we chant this. The third line or paragraph. Chanjo senjo rinpoche, ma je bana Senjo Rinpoche Magye Banam Gyaltshen Gyalba Me Barayam One Gondo Beorajo Chanjo Zenjo Rinpoche Magye Banam Gyaltshen Gyalba Nyamba Me Barayam Gone Gondo Obewarajo. And now English, 33. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise, where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Bodhicitta, the excellent mind, where it is unborn may it arise, where it is born may not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, it may die. Where it is born, may it decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Okay, thank you. So this, if you want to do it, you do it now this way. Then include all the rest, dedication prayers. Okay? You got the map? They say their card. You got the card now. Bodhicitta card. It's really so precious, you know. You can see how it gives you such an opportunity to relax, calm. And anywhere you go, your work, your drive, always so joyful, peaceful, you know. Nagarjuna said, this quotation is in the jewel ornament of liberation. Nagarjuna's quotation in the practice of the loving kindness, there said, when you practice loving kindness, which includes bodhicitta there, no? You feel always joyful, and your life is peaceful and happy. All the gods and human beings will love you. They appreciate you. Because when you have this mind, there's a smile on your face. The smiling is magic. It doesn't cost anything, but it makes the world such a difference, you know. When you are upset, when you are depressed, when you are angry, you cannot smile. If you try, it's so what you call artificial. No. But when you have this practice, your smile is very natural, sincere. No. So because of this reaction, reflects to other feeling of peaceful, they love you, they respect you. No. It's within us, but people don't realize, as you know, in the world, always fighting, complaining. No, I'm doing the best, but you're doing the worst. You know? You can see that, especially the politicians, see, these are not going well because of you, and yes, we should have sense of kind of love, compassion, wishing them to free from samsara, wishing them to achieve complete enlightenment, Buddhahood. So precious. So in that Nagarjuna's quotation, you should know from the Jewel Ornament Liberation, you read that, memorize that. Some quotes is good to memorize, then you can carry with you. And he said that, even when you really develop this loving kindness, compassion, then you see, even the poison cannot affect you. And pandemics will not affect you. In that book mentioned the one account. Once there was a king called King, the power of loving kindness. In Tibet it's called Chambetop. The Metri Bala in Sanskrit. He was a king. In that country one time there was a pandemic. It's caused by yaksha, 5 yakshas there. Those who are eating human flesh, drinking blood, so they have to cast pandemic in the country. So when people die, they can enjoy, So that when that pandemic coming to the country, then the king, that Chabetop, the power of the loving kindness, he was so concerned for his country, for his people. I'm as leader of the country, how I can protect my people. Now the pandemic is coming. What should I do? Then he got the idea of the practice of loving kindness. Then he collected all the governors, we should say chief minister, governor, all the different places, collect all this in his kingdom. And then he told, you see, now you know our country has problem. We are facing a lot of difficulties. Now what we should do? So what I think now is practice of loving kindness. This is the best solution we have. So then he told all the ministers how to practice loving kindness, how to meditate in the mind, step by step. First, to look at our mind. We have a lot of attachment, aversion, greed, jealousy. Now this we need to take care of, purify from the mind, and replace by this loving kindness. Wish everybody have all the peace and happiness, including those individuals who hate you, who harms you. You have to practice this. So he taught all the steps of the practice of loving kindness, And then he sent those two on their places. Now you go to your own places, province, city, town, and then you collect all the people, give these instructions. This is my order now. I'm giving order to practice this. to whole country. So that as the king ordered this, all those ministers went to their own places. Then they collect all the people, and then they started giving these teaching instructions. Everybody to practice this. They said, our king ordered this, give us this instruction. Everybody should practice this. And then all the people started practicing this. 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, slowly, those practitioners feel so peaceful. They feel the mind is so light, the body is so light, and because of that, that blessing going around, and then the pandemic has become powerless. No inner power, and whole country was protected by this practice from the pandemic. Then all the people are so appreciated. So then these 5 yakshas, they become powerless. Now they didn't have food for many days, so they came round to the kingdom, to the palace. They told to the minister there, so we are hungry, we need food. And then those people there told the king, there's some visitors, they are hungry. They said, what we should do. The king said, yeah, go back down to the, take them to the kitchen and feed them, And they said, we eat flesh, we drink blood. So then they gave the message to the king, what they said. Now king said, no, what should I do? To feed them, killing someone else, it's not right. I'm feeding them, make them happy, and someone is killed, it's not right. What should I do? He was so much worried about that. Got a big burden what to do. Finally, he got his idea, now I have to sacrifice on the behalf of all the people and to protect them. I've been born in the world for many lifetimes, hundreds of thousands lifetimes. I didn't make much benefit, didn't bring much fruition. Now this is the time. I must do it. So he cut flesh from his body and gave to those yakshas. And those yakshas were so impressed. You are the real king, helping the people of the country, helping everybody, those what they want, what they wish to have. We are fully surrendered to you. We follow you because of your just such altruistic deeds, this action. They said, you purify a lot of obscurations. Through this, no doubt, one day you will achieve enlightenment, fully awakened state. At this time, you give us your flesh, blood. Now, when you achieve the awakened state, please give us your wisdom. so that we no longer wanted the samsara. When they said that, when the king heard this, the king was so happy. The king said, yes, that's right. These my great deeds, the artistic deeds, definitely, Lord, my self-cherishing obscurations are purified. My inner, the nature of the enlightenment coming, manifesting out. Definitely one day I will achieve enlightenment. At that time, then may I give my wisdom from the enlightenment to give you, and you may free from all the samsara, vicious cycle of the suffering. So that's what they say. When this our historical Buddha attained Buddhahood, when he enlightened, he gave the four noble truth teachings. There were 5 disciples. So those 5 disciples, the rebirth of those 5 yakshas. You know, it's such a precious, you know. This is not a religious training, religious belief. This is the training for peace and happiness, for universal. Oh. So you see, when you practice this bodhicitta, loving kindness, you see, you practice this, you see, look at your mind, you feel so peaceful, see. It's a healing. Sometimes you go to healing, isn't it? You said, oh, there's a great healer, you must go, you know, when you have this problem, go to this healer. The healer is the ability to do these things, you know. But this is the best way to heal yourself, your body, your mind. This is what we need now in the 21st century. You see, you practice this every day in the morning, and when you go to bed, you reflect on this. It's very easy, you know. You don't have chant. You don't have to chant millions and millions of mantra, you know. You just reflect, transform your mind, and just tune in. Meditate this way. Get used to this. Because you see, you know, in the samsara, for a long time you are so habituated in the wrong direction, building ego, grasping our own ego, fixated our own ego. The connection to this, then there's a lot of attachment, lot of hatreds, resentments, you know, and a lot of jealous, arrogance. So a lot of suffering surrounds in our heart, in our life. We cannot enjoy what we have. No, your beautiful breakfast destroys by these negativities. So if you practice this, you become most beautiful person. Become the source of peace for yourself as the first place. Then it becomes source for others, you see. So this is the best healer, okay? Practice this. Okay. Now in the jewel ornament of liberation, if you read, see, First of all, when you cultivate bodhicitta, that's you call. So you belong to Mahayana family. If you ask what makes you Mahayana, no. As soon as you cultivate bodhicitta, you belong to Mahayana family. Okay. See, and then that becomes the root cause for enlightenment, Buddhahood. And by having that, practicing that, accumulate it by itself, it accumulates great merit, wisdom. No. All the Buddhas, as mentioned yesterday, pleased by this. This is the best offering to the Buddhas. Because Buddha's mind is not just only for Buddhists, okay? Buddha's mind is pervaded to all the sentient beings. Buddha has no prejudice, no discrimination. Even small bugs, insects, Buddha is concerned. So if you do this practice, Buddha is so pleased. Now you say, I have got somebody who can help me to benefit sentient beings. No. So you support Buddha's activities. Make sense? Okay. Such a precious, you see. It's within us. We don't have to go anywhere. Bodhikaya is within us. You can achieve Buddhahood within you. That's the Bodhikaya. That's what the Bible says. Well, the Bible says, you know that the kingdom of the God is within you. Have you read that Bible? You see? Give the same message to us. Young or old, anybody, everybody can do it. You live very happily, peacefully this way. You die peacefully, happily this way. And at the time of death, if you die with this love and compassion and bodhicitta, say when you're dying, may all sentient beings have peace and happiness. May they free from all the suffering. May they attain complete enlightenment. If you die this way, our rebirth will be definitely a better place. No? When you go to sleep, go to sleep this way. That's what's called the essence of the Buddha's teaching. Oh, that's why we take refuge in the Buddha. Not because of Buddha is some religious founder, okay, as some kind of a cult member, a very charismatic cult member, But Buddha was a genuine, enlightened being for all the sentient beings. How you make connection with the Buddha? Milarepa said, the Milarepa who sustain in the solitude place, sentient beings who have outside, who have devotion to Milarepa, which makes the connection with the Milarepa and the sentient beings, is the compassion. Compassion is the bridge that makes the connection with the Buddha, with Milarepa. Okay? So keep that in the mind. You make connection with others with the compassion. Means bodhicitta. So one thing you have to keep keep the mind in the to this, not to. There are many. Okay, in the aspiration bodhicitta, in the jewel ornament of liberation mission, there are 5 things. Don't give up anybody from your heart, even those ruthless individuals. Never give up from the heart. What that means, you may not help. Maybe we have no chance to help directly to that individual, but in the mind, you don't give up. If time comes to help, I will help. I'll never give up. This is one of very important, because some there are individuals who always hate you, try to put you down, destroy your life. Then you feel, this person is so bad. No, I will never talk to this person. I just get rid of this person. Even I get a chance to help, I will never do anything, So this should not keep in the mind. Totally just get rid of this. Right now, maybe I know I don't have opportunity to help, but I will never give up this person. All the session beings, including these individuals, is this very important, So there's no retribution. Okay. There's no resentment. This is for our good, for our goodness, for our own benefit. As yesterday mentioned, when you release that thought, you feel so relief. Otherwise, when you reflect that person, you feel pain in your heart. Oh, this person should deserve all the bad things, This person should go to the hell realm, So release that thoughts. That person may have all the peace and happiness. That's the one most important. Then accumulate merit as much as possible, because bodhicitta give rise, progress by developing great merit, wisdom. Okay, it's not just dry intellectual mind. No, it's the mind develops from developing such amount of merit, wisdom, and then always reflect on this loving kindness, compassion to develop bodhicitta repeatedly, and then reflect on the benefit of those I mentioned few, reflect the benefits of the bodhicitta, loving kindness, compassion every day. And then don't abuse any of these spiritual masters down there. Some are good, some are not good, but it's their responsibility. But as long as they have bodhicitta, respect. Okay, don't say bad things about them. If they make a mess, but it's their business, You keep your mind pure heart. It's good for us. And then be sincere to all the sentient beings. This is the practice of bodhicitta. Okay, loving kindness, compassion. Then always follow the practice of 6 paramitas, practice of generosity, moral ethics, avoid all the non-virtues as much as possible. Even not kill insects. Of this moral ethics. Always practice the forbearance. Forbearance? Forbearance, that is this, you see, patience. But I like more forbearance. Patience has a little kind of negative connotation. Just being weak, waste your time, Sometimes something's delayed. Please be patient, You wait there. Forbearance, you bear the consequences out of wisdom, out of compassion. Okay? Difficult things happens. You bear that out of courage, wisdom, compassion. Okay? Then perseverance, always make effort, meditation, always meditate, when you are traveling with outside, when you are walking on the park, on the mountain, in the ocean, or at your home, try to do meditation all the time. Enjoy the practice. Even when you, as this morning I mentioned, when you breathe in, out, breathe in all the loving kindness, you see. Breathe out, compassion to all sentient beings, dispel their suffering. Breathe in, bodhicitta. Do those things and calm your mind, watch your mind, always relax your mind. See, and samadhi is very important. Meditative concentration, as I mentioned, is one of the most important foundation for the spiritual insight. We have very little insight because of lack of the samadhi. When you read histories, such great master has a clairvoyance, all these medical powers, all this. Now they use it, nobody has that. What happened, It's like this all are the myth, It's mythical, Just history. And all those past master has all these things. Now, what happened now? All the masters who are called, this is a reincarnation of such high lama, this is a reincarnation of His Holiness and their holinesses and all this, But none of this have this. What happened, Because they have no time to relax. Meditate. The whole is open, So we individual meditate, relax. Then special insight can produce, reflect, And through this, as mentioned, synchronizing these three training, we have every possibility to obliterate the delusions from the root. Then we achieve the freedom. That's called real freedom. Otherwise, you can say freedom. When all the mind is afflicted, there's no freedom, They follow everywhere with you, like a shadow. So these are those how to practice the bodhicitta, special insight, realization of the emptiness. It's wisdom, as mentioned. It's not just mere empty. Realization of the emptiness is the wisdom that realizes the non-existence of this all defilement. Okay? All this defilement that we have in the samsara, you realize their nature of the non-existence by this three training. Keep that in the mind. This is the precious Dharma teaching. This is the real Dharma, we can say. No? 다치도 가잖아요. 중일이 봐. 죽지. 죽지 가면 줄왜. 아래. 아주 중요한 거 내가 가르쳤어서. 됐다 다르죠. 난 누구 싫다. 누구 싫다. 다 죽이 있었어. Do you have any questions? Yes.
I have a question, Rinpoche. So yesterday you were talking about sharing the Dharma with people. Yesterday you were talking about sharing the Dharma with people around us. And I was wondering if you could maybe give suggestions for how we can share the Dharma with people who are not Buddhists in a way that is constructive and beneficial.
To share Dharma with others, there's a lot of people, then you say, maybe first, you have to have a skill, okay? First, skill is very important. No, not how to say, this is real to help others, not converting into something. So, but you see, as I mentioned repeatedly, everybody, we as a Dhamma practitioner, and those who are not Dhamma practitioner, everybody basically share the same problem, the mental afflictions, we complain about something, this and that, So you see, if that person is like, say, you are kind of a friend, then first of all, you be kind, by yourself, compassionate, but at the same time, you see what you call strength, courageous, okay, not weak, working hard. Then when you have discussions, then you could use a lot of this Dharma meaning. Maybe you may not use or may not use Buddha, Dharma, these words, terminologies, but there are a lot of these general teachings, So this way, slowly can help. Depends individual. Some say, you can say, Dharma is so wonderful, beautiful, I'm so happy with that, and now I really become a better human being, and that person may be very interested, So there are many different individuals, all are not same. So you have to look at individuals, their interest, okay? Okay. Other questions? Yes.
I think a lot about our responsibility in the social sphere, in the world of politics, and we see politicians acting in such terrible ways.
Such a terrible way.
So how do we respond with, and there is the action of nonviolent protest.
Yeah.
Right, just so that they're not just confronted with silence, but they're confronted with some action. And I wonder how we engage in action in the political sphere that still is compassionate.
Some action expressions is, the 10 virtues, 10 non-virtues. Those are very good things because universal. It's not a Buddhist thing. So you express these 10 non-virtues, what you're doing, are not healthy. Not healthy for our country, not healthy for the people. So you can just no need to say 10 non-virtues, but there's some individuals, some different names, these things not good. See? And some 10 virtues, these things. So there's some individual names, and then you just say these are good to do's. And so in our country, the politics, we have to do things good. You are say, some like a leader, leader of the town, leader of your village, whatever, we elected you to do these good things, and please do, So then you can become a good teacher of the Dharma, and they will really impress. Oh, this person has something there, in the mind, has something, substantial, some wisdom there. We better pay attention,
Just a minute, Sandy has a question.
Okay.
Thank you, Khenchen.
Yes.
In this degenerative age, are
Yes.
there certain prayers that you feel if we were to do, they would help consciousness, elevate world consciousness, and lead to world peace? I mean, certainly Bodhisattva action, the paramitas, we're talking about actualizing change in a smaller sphere. But what can we do that would be more comprehensive toward world consciousness?
Now, generally, we should understand this. They are called individual and collective. So, the individual, like yourself, myself, first I should take care of myself through these practices that I mentioned. No matter what happened in the world, but you just reflect yourself. And then when there are a lot of turbulences there, or confusion, as you mentioned, degenerations there, it's not just something coming outside. We say degeneration means these mental afflictions that we have, these
Yes.
poisons, they are the root cause of the degeneration.
Yes.
You see, so looking at that, there's individuals, anybody who has these mental afflictions, we develop first compassion. Or they are suffering, because as long as they have that in the mind, in their mind stream, they're suffering. Because of they have the suffering there, then the explosion comes out and gives the suffering to others. You see, if their mind is pure, if their mind is totally absent of these mental afflictions, they will not express this. No, they will express always nothing but peace, happiness, how to do good things, how to help others, But because of their mind is dominated by these poisons, then they're expressing all cause of suffering to others, like all these things. So that first you take care of yourself, meditate. My responsibility right now for me is to get rid of all the mental afflictions, develop loving kindness, compassion, and practice the bodhicitta. towards the enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. This is for your total, absolute goal, the optimal goal that we established. And from there, you can see what you can do to help others, for the collective, you know.
For
Okay?
instance, prayers to relieve obstacles. Guru Rinpoche's
Yeah,
prayers.
you can say prayers. Sometimes, yeah, sometimes prayers bring the result, sometimes don't. That's okay, and because you can see Bodhisattvas all with us. Everything's interdependent, as mentioned, you know. Buddha alone cannot do everything. Bodhisattvas alone cannot do everything. And we are also, without Bodhisattvas, we cannot do as well. So it's all interdependent, okay? We have to, as mentioned, we have to collect a lot of merit, wisdom, develop a lot of accumulation of merit and wisdom. And that makes it such our condition to receive the blessings of Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, no? So everything, just see, everything's so interdependent, inconceivable, no? So it's not just one thing. It's not just when you hear Buddha's life story, or Buddha can do everything, anything, you know? But in reality, Buddha said, everything is interdependent. What I can do, Buddha said, I can give you the wisdom teachings, you see, and you are the responsible to practice.
So we are a ripple effect
Yeah,
across the world.
we are recipient of the Buddha's wisdom.
Yes. Tujinan.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful, yes.
Amelia, a question.
Yes, please.
Just
Thank you so much, Marilyn. Thank you so much, dear teacher. My
Yeah.
question to you is, if I read again and again the Gompopa Jewel of Liberation book, what
Yes.
are the benefits? How will benefit me? Thank you.
If you like see, that's now, we are talking about the loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta. So if you read Jewel Ornament of Liberation, that book will give you very precise how to cultivate bodhicitta within your own mind. The bodhicitta means, you know, the enlightened attitude, the enlightened mind. You know? So where is the samsara, you know? Where is this, you know, says the vicious cycle of the samsara? And all the time we go round and round and round, never ending the suffering, you see? No matter what we do, no matter how much we become famous, no matter how much we collected wealth, still we are suffering, you know. As you can see now that there are so many billionaires, you know. Before, when I came to this country in the United States in the 80s, I think there was no billionaires. There's some millionaires, few millionaires, you know. Then in the 90s, there are more millionaires. No, after 2000, then they are coming more billionaires, you know. Now, when they become billionaire, are they really happy? They are not happy, you know. So what happened? You have only one stomach still, you know. Only one mouth. How much you can eat? You know. If you eat too much, you get sick. You know. So what you do all these things? you know. So look at these things. I'm not saying you shouldn't be a billionaire. I'm not saying you shouldn't be a millionaire or trillionaires. You can be any billionaire, trillionaire, millionaire, you know. There's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm saying is what really helps to your mind for peace and happiness, kind of genuine. You appreciate, you rejoice, and then cultivate, as mentioned, loving kindness. When you have that in the mind, your whole being is so peaceful. It's not out of weakness, but this out of wisdom, courage. You have such great courage that you want to help all the sentient beings, you see. Otherwise, I cannot help myself. How I can help all sentient beings, you know? You just feel that, you know, overwhelming, but so need such a great courage, okay? It's called indomitable courage, which is based on wisdom. Wisdom means special insight, critical insight, and then great compassion. These are the factors you have to collect together to build that mind, you know. Then you really say, well, no matter what happens, you have no fear. Okay? Because you release your attachment, you release your anger, aversion, you have no fear, you see. Such a precious thing, you know. So that's what I'm talking about. So that if you read Jewel Ornament of Liberation, that book, then you read chapter by chapter. There are 21 chapters. You read all the chapter by chapter. Understand each chapter, what it means, what it tells you. You know? You study them. You study it. Reflect on it. Because the writer was enlightened master. It's not something like I just collect some information from here, there, put something, you know, then I wrote a book, you know. But Kabupa was totally enlightened master. He came in the 11th century, you know. Okay. Anybody? Yes, go ahead.
You mentioned when you came to the United States,
Yes.
how the wealth has changed.
Yes.
I thought about this question yesterday. What was something that you were very surprised when you came to the West that you didn't know about this area of the world before you came? What was something that surprised you?
What I was surprised was, you see, like for example, US is only about 250 years history. Not too long, you know. Whereas like India, thousands a year, you know. And as well China, you know, this. And I came to US, it's so much developed, you know. You can see road, you know, all the structures, everything, you know. So what happened, you know, there? So I thought there's some good leader came. Some real smart, educated, you know, who has such good mind to make the country for the people. Like look at the road in US. No, all over the world they admire the road structures that we have in US. You know, so they take the example from there. And just for example, in New York, Manhattan, you know Manhattan? What's this garden? What's that?
Madison Square Garden?
Yeah. So Manhattan, it's a big now. It's planned when? When it was planned, that square. How many years ago? About 100 years ago? You see, that man who made that has such great mind. That time you can imagine, New York must be empty. Nothing. But now you see, he made a structure that places can use for a lot of things, no? So he has that kind of mind, no? But my surprise is that still, even though it's so much developed, but still people are suffering so much. Why, There, you can see, like India and other those areas, some poor countries, I'm not saying India is a poor country, but there are a lot of poor people, You see, are suffering. They have suffering of no food, no place to live. Slum, it's called slum, a lot of people there, But in the West, we have different, different suffering, most mentally, more. Physically, you have enough food to eat, but mentally, there's a lot of paranoid, See, which is Dharma explained that, They said the poor people are suffering from material. The higher people are suffering from the mental.
Not balanced.
You see? So that proved I admired Buddha's wisdom so much. I see Buddha's teaching is not a religion, not a Buddhism, but something expresses the nature of the samsara and nirvana. How samsara kind of has, how it functions within the causality of the confusion. In the 6 realms, you see. And nirvana is functioned within the causality, but from the point of view of the enlightened state. Like the Sharavakas, Partik Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Buddha, is in nirvana, how they functions. So that really impressed me so much. That how Buddha's teaching is, Especially as mentioned, love and compassion to all sentient beings. I thought, like say, from India to US is such another, This is so far. Should be something different, But in reality, there's no difference. That really impressed me, So, okay.
I have a question.
Okay.
You were saying earlier, not just one of the action bodhicitta, the until alignment during virtuous deeds of body, speech, and mind. You said
Yes.
not only when we're saying that, but keeping it in our heart during the day. Can you speak on that more?
Daytime?
Yeah, like just on an everyday, not when we're just sitting down to prayers, how to keep those 3, like until alignment, until death,
Yes.
until tomorrow.
First, as I mentioned, aspiration bodhicitta is the mind that you desire, you wish all sentient beings to attain enlightenment. What means cultivation of the mind? It's the desire to establish all sentient beings into the enlightenment. It's said in the Alankara Sutra, that no, not Alankara Sutra, yes. The ornament of Alankara, by Maitreya in that book, mentioned that. Now say, you have cultivated the mind, bodhicitta, that you wish, you desire all sentient beings to establish the Buddhahood, to free from all the suffering, to achieve all the peace and happiness. Now what should we do to really help sentient beings? Having that mind is wonderful. You have the motivation, but no, have not actualized. Now what to do to actualize? How really can sentient beings to free from suffering, achieve enlightenment? No, it's not enough. Now this is practice the 6 parameters. Okay, it's called action bodhicitta. Okay. Then as I mentioned briefly, just mention the 6 parameters briefly, but let's see, first, practice of generosity. From the 6 parameters, the generosity is the easiest to practice. To give a cup of tea is easier than to avoid non-virtues. Practice the virtues to yourself. Moral ethics is called, So, practice of generosity. But practice of generosity itself contains such a profound meaning. It has very vast meaning. So if you read Jewel Ornament of Liberation, they mention all the details. What you should give, what you should not give. If somebody asks you a weapon, say don't give. Like this kind of. If somebody asks you, give me a potion, or maybe a drink of alcohol, a cup of alcohol, so don't give. So if you read that book, it's, dear, so beautifully, Then there's Carl. There's some people, what do you call this, a special name, who likes to eat so much. What's called that? Huh?
Glutton.
Glutton.
Yes.
So there's some individuals glutton, don't give too much. Because they get sick, So see, these are so beautiful, It looks so high, but so beautifully explained. And when you give freely. Don't expect anything. For your own good. No expectation. Even small amount, just give freely. Like these things. Sharing, So beautiful, And then not only just give. What is important is to your mind, to purify your mind. It's not just wealth, how much you give, but your mind. Release all the attachment. See, grasping, release it, But giving is so beautiful, sharing the wealth to all the people that need. Then not just only giving the wealth, but giving fearlessness. Who are in the danger of fire, the Lord, the fire is going there, that they cannot help, So if you help that person getting out of the fire, it's giving fearlessness, giving the life. Some individuals drown in the river, you just try to help from taking from the river. This is just an example, It's called giving fearlessness. Or some like say who are now just that moment, just suddenly some special sickness, and then what to do, give some special medicine to relieve from that pain. It's giving fearlessness. There are lots, that some the animals they don't know they're trapped, they're trapped in the place. So you release from that. There's so many things that you can do. Giving fearlessness. And then giving wisdom. Who doesn't know how to do things? It's just showing this is the way to do. With compassion. Helping. So this a lot, those are the teachings. There are many ways the giving practice of the generosity. Okay, this way you develop your bodhicitta, loving kindness, step by step. See, it's just as mentioned, just to release your, what do you call, stinginess. There's some people, they cannot give to others. Even they have a lot, but they cannot give. So the Buddha taught, you just bring things in your right hand, give to your left hand. And from the left hand, you give to the right hand, like this. Practice this way. You practice giving. Then you give small thing to others. Like a piece of fruit, a piece of vegetables. You just practice this. This way you learn how to practice generosity. Then your bodhicitta becomes more and better and stronger. Then as mentioned, when you practice ultimate bodhicitta, dissolve into all emptiness. Nothing but only all-pervading emptiness, wisdom, When you practice these things, even giving your body, then you have no fear. Because you realize all are nothing but manifestation. There's nothing to attach, nothing to hold on. Then, like this, mentioned the giving piece of vegetables. When you feel your body as now piece of vegetable, give no fear. Just how Buddha talked step by step. That's what's called practice of generosity. So it's very many steps you go. It's not just one thing, It's how to train your mind, develop your mind. See? After practicing this, then reflect on the moral ethics. Look at it as yesterday I mentioned prescribed, I mentioned prescription and prescription. Did I mention that? You see, so what Buddha prescribed, what to do, all this, and following that, you do all step by step, and then avoid all that Buddha prescribed. This is called moral ethics. Means all these are the mental poisons, like the 3 poisons, 5 poisons we have, avoiding those, purifying those, Because it's mentioned, as long as they are with us, we are nothing but only suffering. So we don't want suffering. Well, we're keeping them in our heart. And then we're just, so I'm suffering, what should I do? How much you complain doesn't do any good. Even your best friend come, I can help you. Your best friend become helpless because you have the poisons you're keeping in, So you have to help yourself to purify them. So the Buddha's teaching is so precious how to take them away, purify them, There's no any others can teach you that. That is not just one, there are so many ways. If you read the book that Chandideva's text, Bodhicitta Avatara, just so beautiful. And Jewel Ornament of Liberation's Mission, these are such a beautiful books to read, So this is what's called practicing this moral ethics. First, moral ethics yourself, called Nyejo Tomba, binding from all the non-virtuous actions. Then use the moral ethics of the practicing, studying all these Dharma teachings. Then after that, moral ethics of benefiting all sentient beings. See, so beautiful, Like during the time of Kambupa, there's so many great teachers came together because his wisdom, his enlightenment qualities draw highly accomplished masters that pervades entire Tibet and become well-known Dakbuka Gyu lineage, See, and after that there comes, as mentioned, these patience, forbearance is mentioned. Forbearance, Soba. In their book, beautifully described, bringing quotations from Bodhicitta Avatara. If somebody harms you, how do you handle that? And there are many different ways you can handle. If somebody hurts you, you just say, it doesn't mean you don't stop the other person harming you, okay? What we have to have is how to see for yourself. Now, this is my karmic reaction. I must have done something this for others. That's why now it's coming here to me. I need to purify. And not only that, you feel grateful, this individual who's harming me. He's actually not harming me, but is helping me to purify my negative karma. So I can purify this now in this life. Well, I have the Dharma. When you don't have the Dharma, then you just, the other person hurts you, you reply as you can, destroy each other, At the end, you get nothing. But this way, if somebody hurts you, you practice patience, express your wisdom, compassion, and purify your mental, all the afflictions. Look at this, purify. It's so beautiful. Then that person can become your best friend. They will say, I hurt this person, but the response is so positive. No. This helps yourself and helps others, you see. There's practice of patience, you see. And then you see, when you practice this, there comes, when you have some suffering, mental suffering, all this, you have heard of Tonglen. You have heard of Tonglen? Mind training is called. So that time you see, now what I'm going through, this difficult time, physical, mental, this is first, you see, this is my result of my negative actions in my life, that I must have done something in the life. This may be the, should say, kind of complete method to purify all suffering of the sentient beings. Or this may substitute all the suffering of the sentient beings, and may every sentient being purify from this type of suffering. You know, you meditate there. It's called patience, you see. Then you bear, you see, as mentioned, you have a courage to that bear, forbearance. Then you see, when you could do this, there's no resentment. No, it all based on wisdom, strength, courage, compassion. So that place is nothing but only peace. No? This is how you develop your mind, you see. Develop bodhicitta, basically, for enlightenment. You become the perfection of the practice of patience. See. So when you could do this way, practice this way, any difficulty comes, you have no fear. Because you are prepared now, prepared to face positively. And there's a joy, you see, in your mind. Just brings the joy. Oh, I have this kind of method. Buddha gave this kind of teaching. Oh, such a precious teaching. This is the real Dharma, the juice of the Dharma. If you get sick, now say, this is a purification. I purify what I have, negative karma that I did, I'm so grateful I have the Dharma teachings, how to handle this. See, this was so beautifully explained step by step in the jewel ornament of liberation. See, Kampupa was such an enlightened master, So then after that, mentioned this perseverance, choice, effort. First, you need to wear the armor of the perseverance. Yes, I will make effort. I will persevere the Dharma practice until I become Buddha, wearing the armor. That is not something you do just like 3 retreats, not something like that. You just have to do retreat until you become Buddha. No, it's not one session is not enough. You just continue. First, you purify again your mental limitations that we have. We have all the limitations in the mind. These mental afflictions are so tricky. It's like a rubber band. When you stretch, it goes like this. Release, go back there. And you stretch again. Release, go back. So you have to hold on enough for a long time. No. Then if you release, it stays that way. So this attachment. our this anger, hatred, this mental, this all afflictions, they are just the one that destroys, as you were discussing there, degeneration. Who makes the degeneration? No, these mental afflictions. No. There's no somebody who brings in the degeneration, We have a lot of thoughts and then creating all these problems one after another. First, when I came to the country, we have only what's called telephone on the table. What do you call that?
Landline.
Yeah, in handline, only we have that. After 3-4 years, then there are few wireless, and then it came out fax, faxing the letters. Oh, you can fax, fax. But that only lasts only 2 years. But then when you have put your paper in the fax machine, and a lot of advertise coming, all your papers wasted there. But that lasts only 2 years, Then it started email, you see. And then wireless becoming more perfected. Oh, if somebody has the wireless phone, very impressive, It is impressive. It shows the interdependence, interdependent of what we are talking about. You see, putting together things, mixing this, that thing. People thinking too much, how to make these all things. So much thinking one after another, So now you have a smartphone, okay? TikTok you have, okay? All these social medias. I don't know how much problem is solved, and I don't know how much happiness is brought in your life, But this we are, we have that. Now you are talking about the AI. You see, okay. But if you know how to handle your mind through this perseverance, what Buddha's wisdom, compassion, you have still cause for peace and happiness. You see, these social medias nowadays we have, they cannot handle our mental afflictions. They never taught us how to reduce our attachment, anger, hatred, delusions, isn't it? Have you heard of? So Dharma teaching you cannot replace this Dharma teaching by any other means. So those who are practicing this, those who are interested, so precious. I really admire, those who you interested in the practice of bodhicitta, loving kindness, compassion in your mind, I admire really, and I respect fully, because that's the real substantial way to bring peace and happiness within you. No all others is impressive things, such as perseverance. You know how to make your practice the perseverance. Get out of the laziness. There are 3 types of laziness, One laziness is just being so busy for this life. It's lazy. No. Just for this life, you become so busy. You have no time to sit down, no time to practice Dharma, you know. It's called laziness. People think laziness is not working, you know. But you see, Dharma has those all, you know. And laziness is when you're attached to this life, just you want to have some comfort. And then the other laziness is, oh, I'm not so smart, I cannot practice Dharma. Dharma sounds very profound, you know, so exotic. I have no ability to practice Dharma, you know. I cannot do. There's also laziness. It's lazy because we have Buddha nature. If you have interest, you can do it. Sometimes we say, oh, I'm now old, I cannot practice Dharma, you know. It's also lazy. The age doesn't matter, Dharma practice. That's Dharma practice. It's called choice effort. Dzongkang Kela Toa Walls, you know. What means perseverance? Who enjoys the Dharma practice. Basically, regularly just reflect on these teachings, you know, bring in your heart, purify your mind. There are some people say, oh, the life is meaningless, all this, and then they become lazy, you know. They don't practice Dharma, they go to the route of different center, and they just relax. Oh, I'm not interested, these things become so lazy. That's against the Dharma. Dharma practitioners should be a very good person, sincere, hard worker, helping yourself, helping others, you know. Purify all your arrogance. That's called perseverance, you know. Make sense? So I sometimes say, I went to retreat for 1 week. Oh no, so now so 1 week doesn't do anything. 1 week doesn't do anything. I'm sure you have been to different retreat. First few days you feel fresh, but again repeating the same thing, you know, because you're all MSA habit, you know, as I mentioned, stretching the rubber band, repeating the same thing. So you have to do continuously. It's said like the continuity of the river. So meditate those practices, okay? No, don't be lazy. And samadhi. See, do you know the 3 walls? The desire wall, the form wall, the formless walls. So basically samadhi is the form wall. Of course, formless wall as well, you know. So how Milarepa could sustain his life? Because he has such a powerful meditative state, you see. Not just only the nettles he survived. You know. For days, months, he just in the retreat without food. How he could do that? It's meditation. When you have one pointed meditative state, it's called equipoise, you know, equipoise state. It's equal to the form walls. The form wall, there are 4 stages, if you read, you know, in the jewel ornament of liberation in the karma section they mentioned. No? The 4 stages there. The 4th stage, if you reach there, then you don't have to eat, because your meditation can sustain your life. That's what Milarepa achieved, that state. No. Some people think he was just only eating nettles, and then sustain. Not that. Like sleeping is one. If you can sleep whole week, you don't have to eat. Okay? But you cannot sleep for a week, isn't it? But anyhow, if you sleep, how many hours you sleep?
7 hours.
Oh,
7 or 8 hours.
7 hours. So during the 7 hours, you don't have to drink, you don't have to eat, you see. In the daytime, how much you eat, how much you drink. Make sense? Okay. You go to bed 6 in the evening and get up next day 6 in the morning. 12 hours, isn't it? If you could sleep these 12 hours, you don't have to eat. I mean, it's one sleep, So now, this meditation is this meditative state. So we need such kind of meditative state, the quality, When you have such kind of good qualities, then that becomes such a great foundation to give rise to special insight. Okay. Called intrinsic awareness insight. When we have that instructions, then as mentioned, all the mental afflictions has no place to exist. Totally taken care of. That's how you can free from samsara. Okay, that's only Buddha has that. Buddha did it and Buddha taught this. You should understand that how Buddha was. How to free from samsara is not a religious belief. It's not something, a culture. Sometimes we say a religious practitioner, you dress something special, you're nice, okay, let's and it's not that. Dharma practice is something really serious. We have such great power, wisdom, courage, fearlessness, and no harming anybody who can show you the demarcation between samsara and nirvana. No, that's not so easy. There's so many different leaders, religious leaders. Each organization, there's some different teacher, isn't it? In the West, we all advertise. I'm better than anybody else. But you have to have your own eyes, wisdom eye, to see these things. And follow. Okay. This is my suggestion I'm giving because I don't know myself. So that's the wisdom. Very special, because in the Shadi there was text mention, all the rest of the 6 parameters, from the first generosity to the fifth, to give rise, to manifest the sixth, the praja, wisdom. In Tibet it's called Sherab. She means consciousness, mind. Rab means supreme, a supreme mind that can penetrate the reality nature of it as it is. Therefore, he said, those who desire to free from suffering should put emphasis on this wisdom. Because that wisdom, without that wisdom, no matter what you do, you will not free from samsara. By praying, may I become Buddha, no, may all session become Buddha, I pray. It won't help you to become Buddha. It may plant a seed, but that is not enough. Chanting mantra, I'm chanting this powerful mantra, may I become Buddha, may I free from samsara, may all session be free from samsara. You pray. That will not be the direct cause for the enlightenment. It may make connection, You have the aspiration. It's precious. So you have to have the distinctive wisdom to see things this way. Okay, this morning, how was it?
Fantastic.
It's good?
Yes.
Thank you. So, because I don't come here so often, and our center invited me to come, So I try to do as best I can to try to helpful, because now it has been quite some time since Dharma came into this country. But still we don't see American enlightened individuals. Have you seen any? What happened? Okay. So please take this seriously. We have to make something, okay? Just wandering here, there, It looks fun, but it's not really fun, Okay. Now, please, time is passing, you see. First, take a deep breath. Okay. Inhale fully. And exhale. So this morning we did the meditation practice on the bodhicitta. And after that followed few words of the practice to bodhicitta. So during this time, if you've got something special, helpful message, you just keep those in your heart, meditate yourself. This is not for anybody to being critical of anybody. I'm just saying this for our own benefit. We who are practitioners, who are interested, I want to establish Dharma really in the country to benefit. So keep those in your heart. And with this, then we say this dedication prayer. Page 63? What's that? Oh, no. This 64. glorious, holy, venerable, precious, kind, rooting lineage lamas, divine assemblies of Yidams and assemblies of Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, yogins, yoginis, dakinis, dwelling in the 10 directions, please hear my prayer. May the virtues collected in the 3 times by myself and all sentient beings in samsara and in nirvana, the innate root of virtue, not result in 8 worldly concerns, the 4 causes of samsara, or rebirth as the Sharpatas of Bhakti Gita. May all mother sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me and mine, obstacles, coupons, misleading morals, and the hordes of demons, experience happiness, be separated from suffering, and swiftly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, and precious Buddhahood. By the power of this vast root of virtue, may I benefit beings through my body, speech, and mind. May the irritations of desire, hatred, ignorance, arrogance, and jealousy not arise in my mind. May the attachment, competition, aim, honor, concern, life not rise even in women. May my mind stream be emotions, all loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta. And through that, may I become a spiritual master, good qualities equal to the infinite of space. May I gain supreme attainment of Mahamudra in this very life. May the torment of suffering not arise in the time of my death. May I not die with the negative thoughts. May I not die confused by the wrong view. May I not experience untimely death. May I die joyfully and happily in the great luminosity of mind as such, and pervading clarity of Dharmata. May I in any case gain supreme attainment of Mahamudra at the time of death or in the Bhagavad. May the teachings of the great Kumbharatna Shri, whose omniscient Lord of Dharma, Master of interdependence, continue to increase through study, practice, contemplation, meditation until the end of samsara. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Rinpoche.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rinpoche. Thank
感
you.
谢德勒，感恩翻译，感谢
Thank you,
德勒，
Rinpoche.
感恩
Bye bye. Bye
Rinpoche，
bye.
感
Thank
谢
you.
德，
Thank you.
还记得嘞，还记得嘞。
好，
Have a
感
good
谢。
day and a good lunch.
Oh ya, kecil.
Rinpoche，
Rinpoche，杜谢谢，
不好意思，
感恩翻译
Yeah.
老师，谢谢大家。
感恩翻译老
Thank
师，
you,
感恩
Debbie
Thank
Rinpoche。
and the
you.
team.
谢
Thank
谢。
you.
Yeah.
晚安，感恩仁波切，
感恩
感恩仁
仁波切，感恩。